That was Chris James. Better not break down. That's the problem with old trucks, isn't it? Also in that set, you heard another close call. YP, Imprint, Heavy Justice. And this is Cheos on 2 Loco Radio. Rainy Wednesday. It is. Up next is Whiskey and Rye, Bootlegger.
O'clock train, blue sky far as we can see. Never did it hurt so bad, never ever felt so free. Oh yeah, went down to the medicine man and tried to take the pain away. Got a rush running through my blood. Some's taking hold of me. I feel it coming over me now. I gotta run before we run out of time. I feel it coming over me now. Something about you makes it alright. Hitchhike on the 626 from the wrong side of the tracks. Got a rush running through my soul. This boy ain't ever going back. I feel it coming over me now. Gotta run before we run out of time. I feel it coming over me now. Something about you makes it alright.
It's been a long week, but in my pocket I got something soft and pink. Crusty cotton, not forgotten. It wouldn't be as good if they didn't stink. I gotta see you again, again. Get a new pair, yeah. It's the end of the day, and I think you're really great. So would you please just leave your panties tonight? You don't have to put out, but if you're gonna tease, would you please just leave your panties tonight? So I can breathe deep. I'm rolling downtown, I'm breathing in your scent. The red lights and horns I'll soon forget. Off to a better place, a better state of mind. Try to control myself before I get a DUI. I gotta see you again, again. Get a new pair, yeah. It's the end of the day, and I think you're really great. So would you please just leave your panties tonight? You don't have to put out, but if you're gonna tease, would you please just leave your panties tonight? So I can breathe deep. They say I'm crazy, but you still think it's hot. How much I smile when I catch a whiff of your twat. Now when I'm walking home, I go commando. I made a monster that never lets my boxer briefs go. I gotta see you again, again. Get a new pair, yeah. It's the end of the day, and I think you're really great. So would you please just leave your panties tonight? You don't have to put out, but if you're gonna tease, would you please just leave your panties tonight? So I can breathe deep. Breathe deep.
Well, I sat down on the can, tried to get away from all that I didn't need, but to feel I wasn't alone. In the barber shop, in the mall, around the phone, it was the businessman with a jam. They had bottled Joel and standard octaves flow, and when they petrified his soul, they took his dough and sent it down the bowl. And I was horrified. Now there's doo-wop in the restroom. They sang that doo-wop in the restroom, and it said, what's new? What's good for you? Then I sat down at the desk. They were popping up and dancing wild and free. Now I knew that it may be that I'm seeing things, but it all got very, very, very strange. So I went to check the mail. They were the only ones to send me a letter, and I knew just what I'd want to get me high. They acted like my friends and I wondered why. And I was horrified. Now there's two up in the restroom. They sang that
Said you can make it to dinner. I said I understand. Rain check, cause you're working late, I understand. I say you understand, but baby, understand. I'm not naive to the game that you're playing. Late night phone calls, you claiming it's your mama. Says she needs assistance, it's 2 in the morning. But when it's all said and done, and now that you had your fun, you cried out that I'm the one. So step, 2-step, it's the end of you and me. No one ever trusted you or your wretched family. Swear I will never say I'll never ever let you forget your blatant disrespect. Tell me how it feels to save a hoe. Tell me how it feels. I need to know. Tell me how it feels to live a lie. 'Cause bet your life that I moved on a long time ago. Tell me how it feels. You seem confused. Tell me how it feels. And when you lose, tell me how it feels. I'm truly done. You blew it, hun, and you already know it. That's why you looking dumb. Okay, so now she's your sister's best friend. I understand. And your mama like her pancakes. I understand. I say you understand, but baby, understand. I'm through with all of the drama. What don't you comprehend? Now your family's calling to say her car broke down. So you thought you'd be a good friend, go help her out. You must be crazy to think you gon' play me. You and your family. So step, 2-step, it's the end of you and me. No one ever trusted you or your wretched family. Swear I will never say I'll never let you forget your blatant disrespect. Tell me how it feels to save a hoe. Tell me how it feels. How it feels, know it feels, baby. How it feels. How it feels, how it feels, baby. Bet your life that I moved on a long time ago. Tell me how it feels. You see those how it feels, baby. How it feels. How it feels, how it feels, baby. How it feels. How it feels, how it feels, baby. You blew it, hun, and you already know it. That's why you looking dumb. Let me get this straight. Your ex and family will feel with hate about the love we made, the way you scream my name. Don't be ashamed. Now you clearly see how they destroy your love so easily. And now you're begging me, girl, tell me how it feels to save a hoe. Tell me how it feels. Boy, you need to know. Tell me how it feels to live a lie. 'Cause bet your life that I moved on a long time ago. How it feels. You seem confused. Tell me how it feels. And when you lose, tell me how it feels. I'm truly done. You do it, hun, and you already know it. That's why you looking dumb.
Lost count of the days since I stole you away. It's the nights that hurt the most. You cold and hungry, sitting alone, wishing for someone to hold. 'Cause you're gone, gone. Oh, you're gone. Started to think you were gone for good.
cocoon. All the fire burning in my dreams. All the while I hear our screams. No, this is how it seems. Hey, hey. I refuse what you're telling me. I don't want my MTV. I refuse to celebrate stupidity. I refuse what you're telling me. I don't want my MTV. I reject this fictional reality.
Cheos here with you on 2 Loco Radio. That was Afterlife, I'll Walk Alone. Also in that set, we heard Trident, Last Day's Pay, The Grave Jinglers, Mecha Audio, Year of October, and Mongrel. Up next, we've got Belfast Six Pack, Slept with the Devil, live on 2 Loco Radio out of Knoxville, Tennessee.
I slept with the devil. She came in with 2 demons by her side. Sexy 10 legs and flaming nose.
His drive
Systematic Hate. Before that was Omega Down and Another Fine Mess. This is Cheos on 2 Loco Radio. 5th Street Saints, Free.
Love you to the bone, you'll sacrifice all you got and end up a god all alone. I was meant to be beautiful and sent from above, but every lie, every sin will never be enough. I got to get free. I got to live my life the way that it's meant to be. I got to get free. Remember how you bled, remember how we beat you down and put that crown upon your head. Betrayed by a kiss every time, betrayed by your love every time, betrayed by the lies every time. You got to get free. You got to live your life the way that it's meant to be. You got to get free.
Your life, testify who you
that was Van Kale, America Incorporated. And before that, you heard White Stag, Plague Bearer. Well, that does it for me today, guys. This is Cheos on 2 Loco Radio, reminding you to join me Monday through Friday, 9 to 1 Eastern, AM to PM. See you guys tomorrow.